It's your girl, Multimedia 7. The topic today, God versus Terrorland. Or better yet, why I chose God over Terrorland. Why I chose God over Tarot overall. You see, I can go into I can go in depth about why tarot is not only a part of divination, but for many, not all, but for many, is low aspecting, low rank, and low psyche. Not everybody got the gift to be using tarot, but a lot of these people have been using their divination skills, quote unquote, to collect income from you guys. I know why a lot of the mass population may not care. If you want to spend your money with a lot of these incompetent tarot readers, that is by choice. But if you want to use discernment and actually listen to real leaders, yes, that just rolled off the tongue. Real leaders, people who do divination, real people who have the real message. I suggest you do that, unless you want to keep spending your money on love readings by people. If you pay close attention to, love lives are just not that. And I find that very, very wild, to be purchasing love readings from people whose love lives are in shambles. You need to understand that with currency exchange, when you exchange money, whether digitally or physically with one person, and especially for the topic of love readings, if you don't know what type of life somebody living for real, and you getting a love reading by them, that's one of two things. Love and divination go hand in hand. So you could be paying for a love reading, and if the reader themselves has the intention of doing divination on you, they can just choose to just love spell. You just pay for a love spell. And I'm gonna be the one to talk about it because I have experience with that. Honestly, you guys, it's been a journey to get to where I am today. And this is before I even was introduced to tarot, okay? In the year 2021, I was introduced to tarot and I found it fascinating. You know, a newfound source of divination where you get informed messages from what it seemed like people were just putting out there, this content each and every day. So many different people. But what I learned is that not everybody has the gift. What I also realized is that in the occult, there is different levels of variations of psychic gifts and things of that nature. Psychics, that is just lower level. Esoterics is the highest, and even that has many levels, and that was explained to me from a prophet. So these people out here saying, I'm a psychic, while many of those people is to be true. Psychic is of the lowest level and is of Pisces. But a lot of these readers, Pisces, insignificant placements. I'm not talking about Pisces, which has prominent placements. This reader is reading to y'all and don't have Pisces placements for real. Y'all need to understand that. There's readers reading to y'all with some interesting placements. You need to understand y'all birth charts for real. And it's not like in an aggressive nature that I'm telling you guys this. If you guys want to spend y'all money to retrieve love spells, to tarnish your life, that is on your own, you know, that's on your own path, that's on your own, perseverance, if you want to go through that. But I'm going to be here to tell you guys what it is and what it ain't. Now, in the year 2021, I went to a specific reader, Taurus. I have never publicly came out and said, this person did X, Y, and Z to me, because I personally told her about herself. I had the spiritual eye enough to tell her about herself, because when she gave me an incorrect reading, I told her that her using her gifts, and I know she's going to view this message, and I don't care. Because you go on your platform, which you yourself, you're not particularly proud about, because you would not be prancing around worried about me 2 years later, and I have not said anything to you. But today we're gonna start today with no name drops, because that's how insignificant the gift that you have is. Sorry, not sorry, because readers are supposed to give guidance to people, especially if there's a money exchange. And I thank God I never spent more than $10 with you today, so I take back my 10th house placement. This woman is a Taurus, and she's not a woman. She's actually a child in the spiritual. Thank you, confirmation. You cannot. This is another life lesson too. You never know who you're talking to. You never know who you're dealing with. I went to this specific reader for a love message, because I was in the past in a situation which did not service me, and I wanted guidance. Now, I love how God works in my life, because what I did, just to let you guys know, I'm using me as an example to teach others. That don't mean anybody in a tarot, religious, or spiritual community is going to use me as their example. I need y'all to know this today. For someone to come for guidance when they're in a situation and you give false information to delay a person, don't be upset when certain things start to happen in your life. Because why? Once you give that currency exchange, that energy transfer, it has to go somewhere. What does it say in the Bible? Forgive them, for they not know what they do. Oh my gosh, I'm paraphrasing right now, but there's a message in this. Went to for guidance about a situation that I was in that was not servicing me at the time. Luckily enough for me, God gave me the wisdom to ask a vague question. I asked a vague question, and I used the zodiac sign. Didn't say no names, none of that. The person told me what the outcome of it was going to be. What I did not know was that same Taurus tarot reader used divination against me in regards to that reading. She tried to block my 10th house, but you can't block what already God has given you. I didn't know at the time. So once I realized, I was like, oh, so I did the work. And I got myself out that situation. Did not follow up on that reading and what she told me to do. But you know what I did? I continued to watch her, because I found her humor very, very alluring. I'm not gonna deny that. I like funny people, you know. Let me laugh at you too. But then what I started to discover was, as I kept watching her, her life started to manifest in negative ways. That's where I started to see the power of God, for real. Because sometimes you may not know what someone is doing behind your back, but God will allow you to see God will allow you to see certain situations to be like, all right, that person is no good. That person does not wish you well. Next, move on.